What's going on, YouTube? Hope y'all had a happy holiday season, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, fucking Christmas, whatever the hell you celebrate. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, I want to get back to making videos before this whole holiday season is over. I've been kind of slacking off on that, just kind of enjoying my free time, missing what free time is like. So let me get back to it. I got a question here for me about how being a father and a husband changed me, and this one is actually from my own mother, who watches my channel, ironically enough. I can say that definitely being a father and a husband changes you as a person. You have to think about everything you do. You have to rethink every little step you make, because now what you're doing is making an impression upon a smaller version of yourself, more or less. So you have to go back and think, all the stuff that I did and what I was taught, wow, was that right? Was I doing this correct? Is this the way? Is this the proper way to teach? Am I being a good example? It's always that probably the first year I spent just kind of second guessing little steps and trying to overanalyze everything that I did, just because children are so impressionable. So after a while I just stopped giving a shit. It's like, alright, I know this child's going to be a small version of myself, so I'm going to set the bar kind of high, but not ridiculously high. I'm going to view my own child as objectively as possible and not extend all of the same, standards that I would personally hold for myself. Now, granted, that's not to say that discipline would be one of those, because that's going to remain high for any of my children, just because that's one of the things that I find wrong with today's children now, is that they lack so much discipline. It's ridiculous. So with the exception of that and a few other areas, it's really an enlightening experience, especially when you see folks that you've grown up with and what they came out like. You want to take steps to avoid that, and all the while be a good example for yourself, but not try to pretend to be perfect, because then that child will see that and find fault and will probably resent you for trying to portray that and trying to, push that onto them. I know I can speak from personal experiences. I had an issue with authority figures having this kind of mentality, do as I say but not as I do. I always had an issue with that. So something like that I personally been through has kind of warped my worldview of all authority figures. I want to try to avoid that, so that my children actually respect authority figures and don't harbor that feeling as I do, even to this day. So that's something that I guess the best example that I could provide for trying to become more mature and to become a parent and just become more conscious of how my interactions with this being is going to bring to fruition a well-adjusted adult. There we go. That's what I was looking for. But it's very enlightening. It's very scary, because you always have that thought that what if something happens to that child? That's always looming for some reason. It's such a weird feeling. It's something. What if something happened? And I guess that's something that will never go away as long as I'm a parent, and that's good. That's kind of a buffer against any sort of neglect that might run across your mind. I know women sometimes suffer with baby blues and stuff like that, but that's a different story. Anyway, what really gets me is that you as a parent have to try and shield your child away from society, but yet society is what makes you grow as a person and what helps you learn and mature. So how do you shield them against reality? that's the trick. That's what I am still learning, is how to edge them into the real world slowly but surely, but not too much that they become jaded, but not too less so they'll be sheltered. It's some balance in between that as to where I try to find myself. So that's just my take. I hope y'all enjoyed that. I hope my mother enjoys the video, but I might elaborate more if people ask for it. Sure, why not? But y'all have a good time.